on! Get in! That's what I feel. I feel like going for a scrap after that game. Cunha screaming in Ghana's face. Shesko with the winner. Senne Lammens, man of the match, quite easily. Everton trying to turn it into WrestleMania. Ugly, ugly corners. Scraps everywhere. But that man came up with the moment once again. A vintage Manchester United counter-attack. All three of those are new signings linking up together. But this was a game where lots of us were calling for Shesko to start. As the game panned out, it felt like it was a game where Shesko was going to impact it. We all felt it was going to be from a cross. Well, it was from a wonderful counter-attack. The pass from Cunha, the run from Mbeumo, the cutback, the pass to Shesko, and the finish from Shesko, who now has scored a last-minute winner against Fulham to gain another 2 points for United. A last-minute equaliser against West Ham to gain a point for United. And here, the winner against Everton. That's 3 games, 3 goals from the bench, and 5 points that he has won individually for Manchester United. Shesko, all 3 goals were fantastic. World-class finishes. And for a player who has been left out of the starting 11s, even when he probably should have been starting there today. Let's be completely honest. It's not really... he should have started there today. Everton did not want to play football today. They really didn't. But can I just... Senne Lammens has been a revelation since he came in. I think that's now 2 games in the last 21 that we have lost with him in goal. And we would have lost in goal with him today. I think Everton, by the end of it, had 10 corners. And it was just an absolute Royal Rumble in front of him. It was ugly. It was them just trying to do it. Just change the bloody rules. Premier League, man, have got to change the rules. But for Senne himself, how many corners did he come out and punch? 3, 4 really difficult situations to actually get a fist above the 7 players around him and to get through the melee. Also made a couple of that save from Keane. Holding on to the ball when Ghana had a shot, when George had a shot towards the end there. It's an easy man of the match, which I think is a little bit unfair on Shesko, given the fact that he came off the bench again to score the winner again. But I can't not give it to Senne. Fantastic. My word, what a difference it makes. I'll be honest, my arsehole was twitching pretty much every single corner. But he was the real difference. Look, Michael Carrick, 6 games in, 5 wins, drawn 1, we're third. Well, 3 points behind Villa in third now. Another opportunity taken, and it was a tough game. You saw how tough a game Cunha was having when he sat down there and just screamed in Ghana's face because they were having a good battle the entire game. Ghana largely had the better of him, but it was Cunha with that pass. Do I think Carrick got the 11 spot on? No, I would have started Shesko, but he brought him on and he made the difference. United have kept a clean sheet. United have won 5 and drawn 1. Who am I to question what Carrick is doing when he is impacting the game? And it's another game where a sub scores the winner for Manchester United. That's happened against Fulham. That's happened against Arsenal. And it's happened here against Everton. Impacting the game from the bench is something that Ruben Amorim just rarely did because it was kind of centre-backs for centre-backs. Shesko, lad. Mate, I'm just so impressed. Like, we've waxed lyrical many a game this season about Mbeumo and about Cunha, our 2 experienced Premier League proven players. But there tonight, it was the 2 younger signings from 2 different leagues who have come up clutch in what was a hostile game. Everton, they were just trying to shit house their way to a draw. That's all they were doing. No real threat, no real massive intention. But there was a big lack of quality from United in the final third. Whether it was Bruno overhitting a pass, whether it was like, I remember Kobe with a nice cross to Mbeumo, but then spooned it over the top. Pretty much everybody, kind of apart from that attack, was lacking in quality there today. But we had the moment. That's another... Hey, we broke down a low block. We kept a clean sheet. Really tough circumstances there, given how many set pieces there were, mate. I'm so delighted for Senne. I really, really am. That's a game where he is going to take so much confidence from. First game at the Hill Dickinson Stadium. Everton fan. Crap team. It feels good. It does just feel good to see United coming out on top of a battle like that. Previously, we kind of crumble in situations like that. We've never really been good for a good long time in terms of game management. I would say the game management effectively came from our goalkeeper having a man of the match performance, considering that was only really the way they were getting into the box. But United were trying to get the ball wide. Dalot had a couple of opportunities. There was one, when Casemiro had the ball over the top to him, and he could have pulled it back for Bruno, but just didn't. Ahmad was getting bodied, let's be honest. Bruno, it was another game where Bruno struggled to get into it because we're playing against a team that plays with that low block. And when you do that, the power of Bruno gets diminished because the central spaces get so congested that he can't really do anything. And largely the same thing happened to Cunha, but on that counter-attack, he came up with that crossfield ball. Mate, it was magnificent. That was such a vintage United goal. Bang, bang, bang. 3 passes, front to back to front, and a wonderful finish on the run from Shesko. Mate, he's not a super sub. He is a top-level striker. And he's got to start against Crystal Palace. I said he had to start against Everton. And he did have to start against Everton. It was a first half which, in some ways, mirrored what we saw against West Ham. I think we had a little bit more intention than we did against West Ham, which was way too slow. But we couldn't break them down. We didn't really have any quality balls in the box. And we didn't have enough counter-attacks because we weren't... Because Everton weren't sending that much forward. Mate. It feels good to come out on top of a battle like that. It was an ugly game, largely. It wouldn't be a game that's going to be first on Match of the Day anytime soon. But that's a different sort of win for Michael Carrick. If we've had the dominant win against City at home where everyone's G'd up and the incredible conceding 2, that's not incredible, against Arsenal, the late winner, and then the late winner against Fulham. Different games, different sorts of performances. That was a backs against the wall when, the set pieces came in. That was Everton's only real threat, and it was that man who came off the bench once again to score the winner. United now are 3 points off Villa in third. And we play Villa in 3 games' time. I think we play Crystal Palace first, and then we play Newcastle away, which is going to be a hell of a tricky tie. But Carrick has got United steaming towards the Champions League spots. Remember that the Champions League is to the top 5 this season. 6 games in, 5 wins. Was that our first clean sheet? It might have been. And it was completely down to Senne Lammens. My man of the match. I'm sorry, Shesko. I know that you deserve the man of the match because you scored that winner, but I've not seen a United goalkeeper, be under as much pressure as he was the entire game and not fumble and come away with a clean sheet. Incredible from him and incredible from Carrick. 5 wins, 1 draw in his first 6.